Flight 478, you can cancel the 800.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to 61 degrees, 8 p.m., February 12th, 2020. Welcome to the Loud Lab Show live with me, Scott Lane. So,
Station ID, first down, 11931, Gorham Avenue. Last year, addressing Metro Repeat, came in broken.
we're in the shadow. The shadow. We're in the shadow of this vehicle.
7 Paul, Nor Mary, 342. It's a 2006 Nissan sedan for
All right, well, starting the night. Here we go.
Rescue 209, media dispatch conscious 544, south 10 Pedro Street. 19 was showing around first down, 11931, West Farm Street.
Agent 105, Squad 10.
Hey, boo-boo.
Rescue, Prospect Avenue,
Hey,
Washington
boo-boo.
Street. Sorry, so confirming.
Hey, boo-boo. What's up, Master?
453, Hollywood Boulevard.
Yes, they did. And they have a containment, actually, for that suspect right now. Suspect with the gun.
64, Sullivan intersection, west 131st Street in Menlo.
Well, thank you, Walbings. Are you familiar with who we are? Who I am? What it is I've done in the past? Why people are sitting there, wherever they're sitting, watching me sit in a parking lot?
Engine Rescue 98, if aspirations 12914, Foothills.
Oh, that's right there. I was like, damn. I'm like, I'm right there, but it's not anything good. Walbings, right place, right time, right skill set. Most people that get into this job are, no offense here, but scanner nerds and dorks. And people that like firefighters and police officers and things like that. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying there's a certain type that when you're not gonna be a police officer or firefighter, for some reason you just love firefighters and police officers. And then they learn the camera stuff later. I learned the camera stuff first, was playing with cameras late 80s, all through the 90s, and then in 2000, right place, right time, right skill set. I knew my way around town. I've always prided myself on knowing where I am and where I'm going. And then I also always prided myself on not missing the shot. Put those two things together, you got one of LA's best stringers. And don't forget passion. Passion is a major part of it.
25. It's Paul to state reset the alarm.
Engine Squad 36, traffic collision.
Engine 25, Roger, Paul.
110 north of 223rd Street.
Have I met Loud Labs New York? Of course I have. You don't go into business with somebody and not meet them. And I believe if you look at episode 52, I think it's episode 52 or 53, I do a ride-along with them while I'm in New York. One of them is a drunk stream where I walk around Times Square and drink it up. And then the other one is a ride-along with Adam. How am I able to get so close? Because we're in America. That's why, because we're in America. Freedom of the press.
Go ahead. Engine 115, public assist. 16439.
What's up, Kyle? What's up, Kyle? What's up, Olympia? Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Here we are. Right there. There we are. That's us.
Engine 3, Squad 50, difficulty breathing. 251, South Arizona Avenue, Unit 324, Crescent Gleason Street.
So basically right now we're just waiting for a story. If it's a big story, we'll feed it out as breaking news for the 10s and 11s. If it's not breaking news, we'll hold it for the morning.
Engine 82, person down, 3051, North Holly Ridge Drive.
Anyone near the downtown Los Angeles area? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller?
Last thing walking in circles, this room pretty possibly under the influence of narco. No weapons seen, informant passed by, no longer at location.
I think we're gonna hang out until 10 o'clock. I think 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, I'm gonna say goodbye to you guys. Got a long night ahead of me, and you guys aren't really invited. Do I use my phone to record? Sorry you're asking so many questions. All right, well, I asked you a question to begin with, and you didn't answer me. So I am not going to answer any more of your questions until you answer my question. And my question is, are you aware of who I am and what it is I do? And if so, have you seen the television shows? Those will answer all your questions. Any big news today? What is the big story today? No. Just got. No, I don't think anything big and gnarly. I mean, things have happened, but nothing big and gnarly. Also, for you peeps that want to see some beautiful, boring ass fishing.
1678 North Formosa Avenue.
There you go. That's part one. You want part two of some more boring ass fishing fail? Fishing fail.
You've been canceled.
Fishing fail.
You're getting Rescue 41 on your inside. Rescue 41, respond to Engine 41 to the diabetic 1648 North Formosa Avenue, across the Marshfield Way.
Excuse me.
Engine 98 cancel.
Uh-oh, I don't want this.
Rescue 51,
Sorry. Caught two small rainbows. Right on. What'd you use? Lure or bait? And if so, what'd you use?
1306 Doherty Road, cross the point of interest.
Arthur, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. We didn't catch a fish. It came to failing with a fish. But the fact that we hung out there from 6:30 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
On the freeway, northbound 5, south of Vista del Lago.
He left in his underwear. Which means every single article of clothing that he wore there got dirty and got wet. I couldn't have been happier. We didn't bring his iPad. He never looked at my phone. So for, what is that, 8.5 hours? 8.5 hours that dude played in the dirt. Ah, so happy. He also went fishing. But we didn't catch anything. But some memories. Definitely caught some memories. Johnny. Well, it all depends on where you are and who you are. Master, there's nothing to get. You just said it. You just said there was nothing to get. What's up, Jizzy?
From 86, we're here at 2664 Manhattan Place. No one's answering
Guy
the door.
fled on a dirt bike. Damn.
Rescue 26, Roger. We'll try to call back.
Station 163 and 1 advising code fire with a 929 prospect on Washington.
Good evening, Captain.
Patrol and Squad 73, medical rescue. Flag Del Oro, Costa Brava.
And had double hook trout rig. Ooh, Fireball's green.
Roger, there doesn't appear to be anybody home. It's false.
Double hook trout rig. Look
Rescue
at you.
26, Roger. Agent 27, Rescue 61, meeting dispatch, brief difficulty 1322 North Vista Street.
130, fire alarm. 44810 Valley Central Way.
551 South Sarah's Avenue.
No, we didn't catch any fish. Just some memories. You're so interested in becoming a stringer. Oh, Johnny, got bad news about that. If all you are is interested, you are too late.
Automatic alarm, 517 South Maple Avenue.
And I mean that in the nicest way. I'm not being mean, I'm not being rude. But if you're just interested, you're already behind. You're already behind. I'm at the point now where I'm only hiring people who have been out here for a year and haven't sold anything. But if you just want to do it because you saw what we do on TV and you're like, that looks cool, not the right place for you, man. Not the right place for you. 911 dispatcher, there you go. Also use Velveeta with minced garlic and garlic powder. Oh, nice. What do you suggest for catfish? We were using night crawlers. And then what do you suggest for bass? Or what do you suggest for catfish? I'm not a big fisherman, not at all. And I just picked it up again from being, I got into it in 4th and 5th grade and I was solid into it until about high school. And then I let it go until probably my 30s. And then I got into it for like a couple months with a buddy of mine, but I never got into it. I just went with him. And then I did a little bit of deep sea fishing on some trips and that was it. I haven't really got into it. For Dade's birthday, I bought him some poles and some tackle. And I bought me a pole and some tackle. And so I've officially got myself back into it. We've gone to, we fished Lake Mojave up in Bullhead. Didn't catch anything, but we didn't expect to catch anything. It was windy, it was raining, it was bad timing. Then we did the, what did we do? Lake Arrowhead, and 2 days in a row there, didn't catch anything. And then we went to the Santa Ana. So we've gone four times, twice in Lake Arrowhead, Bullhead, and then Santa Ana. So we've had 4 fails. 4 fails, but they're not fails. They're not fails. But I think we're gonna go back soon. So I'm collecting ideas on bait for bass, catfish, and trout. Yep. So I get bored bait fishing. So I like throwing my bait out there, looking at it, and then doing lure fishing. But the last time I went bait fishing and I threw the hook on there, or threw the worm on there, the night crawler, I had a few poles in there, and one of them I just hooked him there in the middle once and threw it out, and then I did one where I put him all the way where you couldn't see the hook. The one where I just hooked him through the middle and threw it out there, it came back with everything gone except around the hook, which means I knew I didn't think it was the wind that was moving that thing. I knew it was getting bites. So when you're not holding it and you're not feeling that bite, you can't, you can't get that hook in there unless he takes a good bite. So if I'm not holding it and able to do that, then it is what it is. So I just have to wait, and then I like to do the lure one. What up, first response? All right. So here's the job. Did you truly appreciate? Okay. Truly appreciate you. I'd love to come out and see you in action. Right on, Johnny. Where you at? Like what city? How's the adrenaline when you hear a good story and you're trying? Adrenaline, Ontario. Canada A or the IE? Gotcha, the IE. All right. Well, we're pretty big out there. But like I said, you're already behind. Just being interested, you're already too late. No offense though. All right. The adrenaline, it is what it is. I still get nervous. And if you say you don't get nervous, that means you don't care. And if you don't care, you shouldn't be out here. Catfish, there's a hook called the Fuzzy Critter and a secret. There's a secret 7-dip bait, not too much of a catfisher. I tend to bass or trout, carpy, or bluegill. The reason I ask about the catfish is we don't plan on taking any of these fish home. There's a lake where I go, and they don't want you to catch and release in that particular lake. They want you to take home. And in that particular lake is trout.
Section 37, psychological rescue, BLS.
and some other things.
37929 Palm Vista Avenue,
And then there's
cross
another
over
lake,
R2.
Catfish Lake, that has catfish and bass in it, and that is catch and release only. That one has more of a secluded area. So if I go down there, it's just me. No one's gonna park next to me and hang out with us. And if there is, there's bushes and stuff in between. So I like the catch and release one because I'm not taking them home anyways. So I have a couple of different options, but I want to do the catch and release lake, which is catfish and bass. That's why I'm asking these questions. What scanner do I use? All of them.
77, person down, 7817.
Have I been to every city in LA? Yeah, I've been to every city, every freeway. I'm not going to say every road because I haven't done that. But there's not many places in Los Angeles where I'm going to be lost. And if I am lost, I won't be lost for long. Bass fishing. Any crankbait? Crankbait. All right. What you got here? Now, I've heard of crank drivers before, but never crankbait. Oh, you're showing me a lure. All right, I got you. Or are you? What is that? All right, I got you. I got me one of them. I got me one of them. But thank you for the heads up and info, guys. And what's crazy about this is, 30 years ago, this is like stuff every man and every boy and every kid should know. But in today's world, there's so many options and so many things to do. Things slip through the cracks.
MDT not taking.
Another. I hate. I feel like this is like truth serum. I don't touch fish. I'm a 45-year-old man, but yet I have a childhood fear of touching fish. So when I picked it back up in the 30s, I would catch it, and the guy with me would grab it and do everything else. So now I'm hanging out with my son, and if we catch a fish, I have to be in charge. So I have my fishing glove, and I have to overcome my fear of touching fish. And I hear catfish can sting me, so I got to be careful. I know where to grab them and I know where to do it. And there's this one tool, I don't know what it is. What's that? It looks like a tiny dildo. But what's that thing do? I know what the stringer is, but I know what the stringer is so I can hold all my fish. But what's the tiny dildo looking thing do?
577.
Johnny, absolutely. And Ghost Samurai, to catch that trout, the dude next to me told me a mouse tail. And he said, put the hook right in the head and throw it out there and leave it. A mouse tail is, I guess we'll call it a lure because it's not live bait. I've never done that. I've never threw a lure out there and then not reel it back in. He just threw it out there. And then what's crazy is I went to the site and saw a picture of that dude with a fish later that day. So he caught himself a big old fish. And it was white, like a white looking fish too. Yeah, it was mouse tail, he said, and just throw it out there. Don't reel it back in. Actually, right now, I am driving nothing, Johnny. I'm parked. But I'm parked in an all-wheel drive Charger. Yes, I am. 2014 with 64,000 miles on her now. I got it at 107 miles. 107 miles.
Can you just give me the DOB?
TC? That's too far. It doesn't sound interesting. All right, Ghost. I'm gonna check some stuff out. I think tomorrow, Thursday, I'm gonna go get myself a new pole. I think I'm gonna get the missus a pole, and I'll grab some bait while I'm there. Yeah.
Squad 26,
1123.
1726, Pontanova Avenue, cross the New John Street.
What's up, Heisenberg?
Immediate dispatch. Breathing difficulty. 11015 South San Pedro Street. Cross 111.
I see myself every day, dude.
South San Pedro across the East 111.
I see myself every day. Yeah, it is probably a hook puller. Isn't it just easier to grab some needle nose pliers and hold the fish and figure it out, or use that thing? It has like a round top and then the dildo looking part.
Going 97 now, it's set for.
Yes, Chaser, it's easier just to hold the fish and use the needle nose. Is that what you're saying yes to, or yes that it's a hook puller? Hook puller looks too involved. I'd rather just hold that thing. They'll spur you with their fins. Ooh, I don't want to get spurred.
88 ball 15451 the truck.
I had to replay the video where you saw the RV. We waited for you that night. We waited for you.
Engine 3, are you clear?
That's what I thought. That's what I figured. I didn't like that weird looking tool. Because the way I look at it is that tool was developed way after fishing started. And I'm guessing people used to hold it and use their hands and then use the pliers. And you have more control with those pliers. Thank you very much. Also, is it true that triple hooks are illegal? And is that my best bet for like the catfish? Use a little triple hook or use the little single hook? And I do live in California. Depending on how deep in the throat it goes. Gotcha.
Band 3853 South Minerva Avenue.
Gotcha. Doot. All right, guys, 22 minutes. Check us out. Moving along. I am listening, though. What's up, Jesse? It's going. We talking fishing right now. Man talk. Good evening.
Lane of Venice, 1164 Old Phillips Road in Glendale, RIP to 2/11 of 2020. 121 Thomas.
Doot. Well, we were talking fishing. Now we're talking chilling. Yes, I am, Johnny. Yes, I am. It's actually right behind me. I don't think you can see the buildings. No, you can't, but I am. I am in downtown LA. Brownbeard. It was good, but
Traffic collision, pedestrian involved.
we failed.
Place crosses Goodrich Boulevard. Sheriff and route.
We failed, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad at it at all. Oops, my bad. Oops, there we go. Ugh.
Multiple units live there.
Here is part one of our fail.
94, 26, 6300 South Grandpa Boulevard.
Here's part two of our fail. And part two was actually me. It was live on this channel, but then I took it away and then I just uploaded it to his channel. So when you see me talking and you don't see any comments, that's why. When people pass by, they probably get scared when they see you. They probably think you're the police. Well, Johnny, if you're not, suspect or guilty, then you should just look at it and see that it's a car.
5320
The people, and that's the problem with being raised these days. Your parents made you believe in being scared of the police. When I see the cops and I have my kids with me, I look at them and go, "Hey, there's the cops. What do you think?" And they look at them and go, "Those guys are here to protect us. Those guys are here to help us." Your parents trained you, or you're just always guilty of something, to when you see a cop that you get scared. When you see an officer, you should feel safe, unless you're guilty. Make sense? It does, huh?
Agent Rescue 85, stroke 25965, South Normandy Avenue.
Solitaire, yes.
Medical rescue.
Media one was going to, but he ran into some situations and he hasn't started back up, or he hasn't started for the most part. He was set up to do it, but it didn't work out. Our main IE guy hates the camera, and yeah, I'm the only LLN dude who. Oh well, I take that back. New York does. That's a lie. I'm the only LLN dude in the West Coast in California that does. East Coast New York, he live streams all the time. He live streams on both Insta and on YouTube. Go check him out. Go check him out. Uh-oh. Oh, good.
3 or less.
Thank God.
25 Adam is 3 responses.
Oh, maybe? That's not good. That's not good at all.
61 Tom 163 Adam. Can I get you guys, if you guys can, set up in the rear of the low behind that 61 Adam.
Damn. All right, well, it is what it is. All right, guys. Hey, what's up, Gabriel?
Yeah, just I left the at the front and look. One Adam copies. 61 Tom copy.
Your 7-year-old gets so embarrassed.
Engine 39.
Teach your 7-year-old to wave at him and say thank you as you roll that window down. And then that way they'll learn to understand the ways that it should be. Still on the fishing subject. If you decide to Pier fish, you're on your own. I have no interest, to be honest with you, Ghost Samurai. Here's the thing. I am very comfortable with what I know. I know somewhat freshwater fishing. I don't like going to new places unless it is a mountain resort or a golf course. Other than that, I'm a creature of habit, so I want nothing to do. First of all, anything you pull out of that ocean around here, definitely you're not taking home. But I have no interest in fishing off the pier. I don't. Now, maybe in a couple years, after I figure out this freshwater thing around town and go different places, and we'll see. But I have no interest in playing. If I'm gonna go to the ocean, I'm gonna go get in it. Brown, correct, but he does know what he's doing and he's good at what he does. So that is a big help. He might not grew up the same way I do and have the same background and have the same attitude towards things, but he's good at what he does, and that's what really matters when it comes to this job. He might even be live now. Let's see. To be honest with you, I sent him an email and he hasn't responded yet, which usually means he's working. Let's see. Where you at, buddy? Nope, he is not live right now. He is not live. But this is he.
That's from Flight Force 1, we canceled on engine 1457. Flight Force 1, no.
This is he.
Staff cannot see inside the room. Take us to 215.
Engine 162, squad 116.
Master, no we don't.
Sure. 12917 South 3rd Avenue, cross of Occidental Boulevard.
Your daughter's super shy. You're 40 with child mama. No, it's all freeway, but yes, lead by example. Yeah. Ooh, 110 gauge. Anything? Nope. Aw, a dead dog or injured dog. That's not good. He TC'd into the mountain. That's not good. Shouldn't crash into the mountain. If you crash into the mountain, you're in a lot of trouble because the mountain doesn't move. And you ain't paying attention. If I got any hits lately, I haven't seen your stuff on the news. Lewis. You really know how to make a person feel bad. My guess is you're not watching or paying attention, and we did change our logo. Me personally, and how do you know if it's mine or somebody else's? Somebody else on our team. We had a really good couple days ago. Yesterday, not so good, but the day before that, we had a really good day. We had 2 big stories and got national hits on both stories. The last hit I got, I believe, was Oscar closure, so Sunday. Sunday was the last hit I got. What's today? Wednesday, so I haven't got a hit since Sunday. But the crew's been doing well. How many people worked with me on covering a story? None. 1 stringer per story unless it's the end of a pursuit. No stringer should ever be at the same scene. I have some stringers that work the buddy system, and those guys are bells and whistles type of stringers. They're the ones that are just happy to be there. They're the ones that want to show off all the equipment in their car, all their lights, all their stuff, and are terrible at shooting.
Engine 26, 429.
It is what it is. I have about 2 dozen people on our team, and I have about 5 that are full-time consistent. All the other ones are just people that want to be a part of the team, or people who take it serious but have other things to do. So, you know, we have our guys, and then everybody else just kind of trickles down. And the trickle down guys, I have some guys who've been on my team for years, and they don't produce anything. But I keep them because it's better to have them feed something, because you have a chance of getting something, than not having them feed something at all. But some of the stuff they feed is not feedable. It makes us look bad. But whatever, I like to give people a chance, and I see potential in them. Do you ever feel the need to jump in to help? Well, how? Help how? Help firefighters? No, they're pretty good at what they do. Help police officers? No, they're pretty good at what they do. You got to remember, I hang out with the most trained professionals in the world. I don't need to help. Usually likes to warn people. Is it warning, or is it just showing off? How long I've been doing this? I'm coming up on 20 years. April 4th.
38 EMS 13, animal bite, intersection, Neptune and West L Street.
Hey, Master, they found the guy with the gun. He got bit by a dog.
41, automatic alarm.
To stop secondary crashes. Well, Max, what if that secondary crash crashes into me?
It's going to be ran FTA on shoplifting out of
Best bet is to get out of the way.
As a wanted person.
Yep, and I got a big announcement April 4th. Big announcement. I know it's a long ways away, but it'll be here tomorrow. Big announcement April 4th. Yep. When you're following on a police pursuit on your cruiser, do they tell you to stay back? Do you run red lights also when following?
Address in it's the male, 5'9", 135 pounds.
Johnny, go watch the show.
Run over green, license is suspended. 10-4.
Okay, Solitaire. Go watch the stream. Nope. No brown beard. That is not the announcement. The announcement is new shirt, new hat. The hat I've had for a minute. The sweater I'm wearing is new, yes. Even has the logo on the back. And got our other patch right here.
Engine 236, 1116, difficulty breathing, 36 is district, 400.
Am I old enough? I'm in my mid-20s. Oh, look at somebody trying to get brownie points. I'm 45. I am 45. I always said I wanted to have it figured out by 40 and out by 45. And when I mean figured out was figure out my out. And I did. I'm not announcing my retirement. but I am making a pretty big announcement.
Engine
April
12,
4th.
Squad 11, Psychological Rescue, ALS, 760 West Mountain View Street.
We are, Chaser. We're actually in, we're in Dallas. Daldez. You can follow him on Instagram. The problem with Houston and Dallas is they are different markets than other markets. They are contracted markets. Long story, hard to explain.
Press gate 26, you copy, cancel.
From 5556 Grace Place in the city of Commerce.
826, roger.
Driving northbound on Goodrich Boulevard towards Whittier Boulevard in a black, older model, two-door Pontiac.
Gauge 41, second call false.
Empty on the vehicle. Going to be a north suspect. Class of wheelers. He's going to be a male black, 30 years of jean wear, and blue jeans. Chest for you for the 27 song. You go ahead and drop the patch.
Any questions or information? Great, no. Patch frequency 2036.
Truck 9, automatic alarm, 111 West 7th Street. Metro 5464. 5464. 5464, roger. Is the engine ALS? Both PLS. 5464, roger. Ranger 41. Ranger 41, second call, false, cancel.
Roger, engine 41, available radio.
Fall 19009 Sherway.
That is non-issue.
MX 102, that's incorrect. Sounds like this 5, correction Young, 488 467.
567. 102, Roger on Young, 5488 467. Search in that area.
Blue Drive 12 to 800 ambulance.
Engine Patrol and Squad.
Rescue 48.
Roger, it's a patch 10, please. We're going to cancel the red key.
Rescue 38, you copy, cancel.
From 658 Burger Avenue in the unincorporated area of East Los Angeles. There's one scene.
Captain Russell, cancel EMS 13.
Hispanic, approximately 40 years of age.
EMS 13, do you copy cancel?
Weighing 100 pounds. Brown hair, brown eyes, wearing a white shirt.
13, roger.
Matthew Ramirez. His name is Mary. Henry Edward William.
Engine 777, RA778, unconscious Edward 2099 East 27th Street, cross at Alameda Street.
Solitaire, there was a accident on the freeway right where we were.
Rescue 9, typical respiration.
It wasn't a major accident, but it they said it was in the center divider. There is no center divider right there, so it means it's in the fast lane. And I was looking to see if it was right there, but it was cleared. It wasn't where it said it was, so I don't know where it's at. It's not going to be one of those. It was a solo vehicle, no injuries, but it was one of those cases of if you happen to be there, you can get the secondary crash. Hey, Mr. Juan. No locations unless you want to get blocked. No, Adam, you did not. You did not. Mr. Juan, sometimes it's very obvious where I am, and you saying it
Engine in Squad 37, sick person ALS, 200 West Palmdale
kind of
Boulevard,
makes you look dumb.
119, cross of Division Street.
Captain Obvious. Blue car. I thought we were just saying stuff we see.
39 unconscious, 6551,
Squad
Custer.
90, stroke, 2533 Parkway Drive, cross of Police Street.
Dawn, however much that phone in your pocket costs you.
Engine in Squad 7,
Omar, go watch the show.
8933 West Santa Monica Boulevard, cross of Hilldale Avenue. Sheriff on scene, clear to enter.
I left on scene once. Don't think we're gonna get back together.
EMS 11.
I don't know, Max.
EMS 11, invest dim. 1300 North Vermont, Hollywood Press.
I don't know what that means, Master. I don't have a problem with on scene.
Rescue 66, status.
Quinn 3, Engine 3, Engine 1, Engine 22, Engine 27, Squad 50, Battalion 3, Structure Fire, Reed District, 474 Southeastern Avenue, cross of Eagle Street.
All right, let's go.
Edge Rescue 95, stroke 5901, West Central Boulevard.
Exiting Cherry now. Southeastern Avenue. One-story single-family dwelling with light smoke showing from the roof line.
Cycle team 251. Cycle team 251, Rescue 51, depot respirations, LAX Satellite 3, gate 37A.
Story single-family dwelling with light smoke showing from the roof.
Rescue 246,
Light smoke showing, that doesn't work for us.
420 West Vernon Avenue.
Light smoke showing does not work for us. They got there quick. Must be right down the street from them. Like, next door to them. Actually, it's next to the fire station. That's how they got there so quick. It's right next to the fire station. Sorry, guys. Sorry to excite you. We ain't got nothing. Jesse, have you seen the prequel? I was pretty close to the fire. No emergency, it's not. Guess what Scott was announcing? It's definitely not that.
35, rescue 20, unconscious 3801.
You can become a stringer with just a cell phone? Don Littleton, you can do anything you put your mind to, man.
Driver, 5822 and already 649.
Jesse, it's called Stringers LA, and you're only going to be able to find it on this channel, on the YouTube channel you're looking at. It was on True TV back in 2007, 2008. It did not get a long run. We got 2 seasons out of it, six episodes per season. First 6 episodes was story-driven. Second 6 episodes were more character-driven. My favorite episode is episode 10, where it follows me going to Hurricane Gustav. But 2007, 2008, Stringers LA. I've been a stringer almost 20 years. April 4th, 2020 will be my 20-year anniversary, and that is where I will make a big announcement. I got a big announcement. How's RMG and LOUDLABS doing? We all doing great. We all doing great. Please don't offend my grandfather like that. Whatever. Do you ever string in the OC area? I don't too often unless a pursuit goes that way. But I have a crew that does. You better not be retired.
Dispatch, breathing difficulty.
Like I said,
445 South Century Hill.
In my 30s, once it became my career and I got really good at it, I said I want to have it figured out by 40 and out by 45. And when I mean figured out,
474 South Station 3, engine 22 can't handle.
I mean,
85, you still need it.
not have it figured out like how to do the job. I had that figured out in my 30s. I mean, figure out my way out. Like, what am I going to do after being a stringer? And, I'm 45, and I got it figured out. What's on scene up to? I don't know. Tell us the big announcement. I will. April 4th. I'm not retiring, guys. I'm not retiring. Will I string after I retire? I will tell you this. I will never retire. All right? We'll just make that very clear. I will never retire. There are some industries that allow you to continue to work until you're dead. I'm in one of those. Now, I can't physically sit in this chair for the rest of my life. Hey, Des, thanks. Golf instructor. No, I'm definitely not a golf instructor. Nah, I'm messing around with you. I'm not messing around with you. I definitely have an announcement to make April 4th. I actually have 2 secrets to let out. One of them I'm in control of, the other one I am not. The closest thing I can tell you to the one that I am in control of is, I've always said, you dropped a hint a few months back. I always said I wanted to have it figured out by 40 and out by 45. Now, did I have it figured out by 40? I didn't. I didn't have it figured out by 40. But I kind of did, because that's when I started putting the team together for the most part, or the team was together, so my out would have been the team. But I got something bigger and better than just the team coming. Like I said, I've always said I wanted to have it figured out by 40 and out by 45. I'm 45.
Northbound 605, southwest 10.
Pro golf player, golf instructor. Does stringing bring in good money? Depends on who you are. Depends on who you are. What hint did I throw back? Emergency. What hint did I throw back a few months ago? It has been something I've been working on for about a year now. The idea has been around in my head for a little over a year, but I started trying to figure it out about a year ago, and it's figured out. You want your pay in cheeseburgers? I like cheeseburgers. Pro snowboarder? No, I threw that out the window in the 90s, and that's why I became a cameraman. Porn star? Wife wouldn't like that. The LA scene's getting old, that's the hint. Would the police have a problem with you getting shots with a drone? It all depends on the story. So the answer is yes, the answer is no. But it depends on the time, the place, the story, things like that. No, we didn't catch anything, Des. We didn't catch anything. Alright guys, I am not going to play the guessing game at all. So anytime you ask a question of what it's going to be, I will not respond. But I will tell you this. I am not having a baby.
Constant breathing. Injury with mutual assault.
Directions to 1965 removed of the scars, and they are constant breathing at approximately
116, upcoming person 1223 East 65th Street, across Central Avenue.
Pier is now at 672 Jackson Avenue, code 2 incident 5851 RD 1602. 841 cancel incident 4976 Southeast 100.
Have they, Master? Have they? Let's just say I've put in a decent, solid 20 years. My reputation is what it is, but let's just say this announcement will be what defines me, not the past 20 years of what I've been doing in the street. Right now, the TV shows and the movie and my career define me. But I believe the announcement I make and what I'll be doing in the future is what will define me. Thank you very much, Brownbeard. Thank you very much. Max, it all depends. It's all over the place. I do not have a set schedule, and that is what is great about life. I do not have a set schedule. Tonight, I will be saying goodbye to you guys at 10 p.m. If I'm on my way to a story at 10 p.m. or if I'm at a story at 10 p.m., you'll stay with me. But between now and 10 p.m., I will be live. Once I say goodbye to you at 10 p.m., I will continue. To string, just not with you guys.
Suspect female line 40, short blonde hair, wearing dark clothing with backpack with 67585, running E59. Suspect male, black, 31 years, 5'11", 180, 585, 630, 12, 59, 77, and 10, identified.
Engine 43, squad 182, lead ALS, 16021 Deadly Street, process, Engine Avenue.
Entry Club Drive, code 2, to Highway 21, 759. Male,
Chaser. Absolutely. Absolutely. You ready? So we've been discussing this since I think the night of the Golden Globes, when Chris Collinsworth said that he believes Tom Brady is going to go to the Chargers because the Chargers need a seat filler and they have a new stadium. So far, everything's lined up for that to happen. Brady has not signed or re-signed. He can only sign with the Chargers if they got rid of their star quarterback, which they have. So everything is lining up Brady to LA. Now, I have friends and family that are from New England, and of course they're saying he ain't coming here. But if he comes here, they're not mad because they live in LA and they're going to start going to Charger games, but they'll be wearing their New England jerseys, as a lot of people will. But I believe, is this the first you've heard of it, Chaser? Or have you heard rumblings lately? Because I heard Chris Collinsworth say it, and then I've been blurting it out ever since because it makes sense. And the only problem is Brett Favre. Brett Favre should have never left and continued his career. He should have just retired a Packer. So that's kind of what this will look like. But then again, you have look at Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning should have retired a Colt, but look what happened when he didn't. He got another Super Bowl. So things are looking like it might possibly happen.
2600 West 154th Street,
Yeah, Chaser, it looks like it's possibly happening. It's going to be interesting. Can Tom Brady without Belichick? Oh, yeah. Can Tom? Yep, of course he can. He tried being a Packer, but the girlfriend said nope. What are the origins of the word stringer? We've talked about it before. I'll tell you again. So back in the day before video, and when you got your news through print, reading it, the independent stringer or the independent freelancer would write his stories and submit it to the editor. The editor then would edit and print it. And the way he paid him was he took a string and he put it across that line, then he put it across that line, then he put it across that line. And he measured their words with a string, and he would pay them through the amount of the string. So if it was just a freelancer who did a paragraph this long, and when he got done measuring, the string was this long, he would get paid for that long of a string. That is where stringer came from. There I go with the monotone speed reading voice again. Well, it is what it is. And I am who I am. And I talk how I talk. A lot of my talking is because of Surrey. And I used to talk real fast, where you couldn't hear me. And then now I sound like a robot because of when you're doing voice-activated recorder, you kind of have to talk like a robot so Surrey can hear you and pronunciate everything correctly. So, and I know I said that word wrong, but so Surrey can understand why are they called stringers? Because it was a string. You got paid by a string. So somebody came up with stringers. So because of Surrey, I find myself talking like I have an accent or like I'm not from Southern California. If I don't throw in the word dude or throw in the word man, I don't sound like me anymore.
4926 North Los Robles Street.
But Chaser, I think, Scott, if you do retire, can I buy the famous Charger? I think we've talked about this before. Anybody want to offer up 50 G's? You can have it. And that was 6 months ago. I'll lower it to 45. You offer up 45, I'll sell it to you as is, and I'll sign the dash. 45 allows me enough to buy a new car and buy new equipment. And enough for me to get rid of the sentimental value. It is definitely not worth that much at all. Nope. But the sentimental value aspect of it is. What Charger is it? Oh, it's the Police Pursuit. It's the Police Pursuit. All-wheel drive Police Pursuit. It's a cop car that was never put into service. Will I get the new Charger? It's a good question. Good question. It's a good question. I can see myself in an SUV. I can see myself in a big old Suburban. See myself in a Tahoe. But I don't think it's time yet. I don't think it's time yet. I think my next vehicle might still be a Charger. I still want to hug them corners, man. But if I'm not stringing in the city, then yeah, I'm definitely gonna grab something else. Oh my gosh, right, drives me nuts when I hear my mom doing a voice command. She gets serious and sounds like a robot. It's funny. Yep. Get a Crown Vic. Been there, done that. Over it. You thought it's because we were fishing for stories. That's funny.
44 Fall 5035 East Echo Street.
So I wanted to see if more would happen if I was there.
I don't know what that means. Omar. No. I'm not a car guy. I don't like race cars. If I was to get that to work in, one, I would devalue that car real quick. Two, I would have to buy so much custom stuff for my equipment. Because where's the gear shifter at? It's not on the tree, like this one is. It's on the floor. That's where my scanners go. So I have no interest in driving. I already drive a race car for work, but I don't have any interest in driving a luxury race car for work. As you guys saw from the fishing stream, I have a truck. I'm a truck guy. I'm not a race car guy. So I will never have a luxury vehicle to work in. No. Omar, if I'm not mistaken, I think Polecat had one or has one. I'm not quite sure. He changes cars like people change underwear. One more hour. Let's see if we can figure it out.
First up, Dante, David, Adam, Nora, Tom, Edward.
Your daughter Amber got home? I'm just kidding, Aubrey. I'm just kidding. Hi, Aubrey. How are you? Hello. Yes, I do know Polecat. Aubrey, why are you just getting home right now? Were you at swim or cheer or softball practice or... Carol, yes. I did. I actually took it off my live stream, downloaded it, and put it on his page. So on Dademan Plays, it's on his page, which means it'll be there forever unless she was with a friend and her mom. Right on.
Roslyn.
Hopefully we can get a nice police pursuit that goes live on Channel 9. And I can chase it as well.
Metro Rescue 4, attaching ALS for altered.
Rescue 9.
No. Polecat was never a stringer. He just played one on YouTube for a few minutes. Channel 9, yeah, KCal 9. They have news right now.
4 was the handle, was just the rescue, cancel in.
And then also at 10. And then it changes over to Channel 2
Rescue 9 out of
at
court.
11. You thought what was Channel 7?
Typical respirations intersection.
Channel 7 has news at 11. But right now, the only station that has news is Channel 9. Go to the structure fire. Oh, got to go, guys. Oh, you have a structure fire. Show off. Show off.
Edge 20, you've been canceled.
There is no 7633 Agnes.
89, stand by, 16 call back.
53. Basically, what happened was he saw the show, bought my car, and made his car, not my car, bought a car that looked like mine, built it to look identical to mine, and then he started to do the because he's a gamer, DOJ I think it is, or DJO, I don't know what it was, but he did stringer mods where he was actually being, not only did he buy the car and make his car look like my car, he started to make stringer mods and be a stringer on his shows, and then he moved down here and did a little bit of streaming for his channel, found out that he can make a ton more money sitting on his butt playing video games than out here risking his life. So he moved back up north and continued to be who he is. Yes, he did post that car, and I don't know if it was that car. It might be his new one, because he actually got the same model as mine, I think, back then. And he got rid of it, and now he has new ones. I don't remember. Omar, I had a guy at the scene, so I was in the middle of work mode. Then we found out who it was while he was there, and then work mode got busier. So I didn't have time to think about it. A few days later, I started to think about it, still think about it, and can't believe it. I don't know, Master. I don't know. He never has more. He never has less than 3. I know that. Carlos, depends. It all depends. Carlos, I don't go live while at the scenes unless I have time to do it and it's a fire and I plan on going live that night. But I'll go live if, like, let's say I get a call right now, I'm not going to get to the call and then stop being live. I'll unhook this, I'll put this on my camera back there, and then you guys will go with me to the scene. Now, I won't be zooming in with this thing at all. I'll be zooming in with my big camera, and you guys have to see that footage later once I post it. But yes, you'll go with me to the scene if there's a scene to go to.
Go ahead, bring up some respect. Roger. 3345. Respect. Energy call. 3345 pound.
At the intersection of Beacon and Stanford.
Calling the DDW progress 18242 Butterfly Street, ED 242 Sullivan Street, 4309.
Correct, 2421 West Washington with an assistant LAPD friend. Entrance problem.
5426, Roger. 2421 West Washington. Rescue 6, Engine 11.
Right, Des. Good night.
Dispatch unconscious. 155
Night.
South Mini Place.
Night. Night.
That's right, information of my case street on the vehicle on the Capitol off-ramp. Northbound 110, southbound 101.
Edge 3, Roger.
All right. Where am I? Where am I?
6. We show you on Tampa truck.
I'm near downtown LA. Anyone near downtown LA? I have a hat, a shirt, and a. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And address in Tucson, Arizona. I'll get it routed your way.
Trying to see if it's clear for 115's call and to check if this is a duplicate.
Arrest 57. You can cancel.
I'm on my sheriff trying to ask the team that information.
And a surprise too, with custom Bronson art. That's Bronson art. That's Bronson art. That's Bronson art. There's no blue on this one.
64 Donald Banks, 10817.
There's 3 posters in here and some other stuff. Anyone in downtown? Master, I don't really know what that is. I can assume, I think I know what that is, but I don't really know what that is. Happy birthday, Lisa, I guess. I guess no one's near downtown.
Towards Ed1 on the south side, possibly towards Grand Island after Customs Sedan 549 RD 1015.
Bummer. What up, Winnipeg? Master, I think, maybe, I don't know. I've asked people to come where I am. I guess that doesn't count, though. You're in Encino. Huh.
Corner, Mount Island also.
Who could it be now? Who could it be now? Come to Linwood. Where's the merch? Have you not been listening to me? 53? It's in my trunk. Who's near downtown and wants some? I got a hat. I got a shirt. I got a surprise tube.
Press gate 10, LAPD states clear to enter.
Linwood. I started my career in Linwood. Long Beach Boulevard, 105 freeway. You're in the IE? Ain't that a biscuit? I could be there. One day, maybe. If you want a stringer, what do you think your profession would be? I don't know, Chris Voss. I don't know.
Engine 182, squad 183, ALS.
I don't have time to think about that. And any time thought about that is less time thinking about what it is I'm doing and thinking about something else of what I could have been. And I don't like thinking about what I could have been. I like thinking about what I can be.
Copy, 926.
You wait for you at Tam's. Dude, they have great chef salads. My career started during the day.
Rubbish fire.
And I used to go there a lot. Fries are amazing. But their chef salad, whoo, so good, so good.
1268 or 1267?
Does the merch have a website yet? Nope, and it ain't gonna have one for a minute. It ain't gonna have one for a minute. Chili cheese fries? No heartburn. No.
Task Force 64, Task Force 64, you are now off radio watch. 700 over me.
Yeah.
148 and 1.
Where can you get a hat?
Cal.
In Los Angeles. If you're in the LA area, you can get a hat. Besides that, when the new site pops up, because I am working on a new site, and that is not the announcement. When the new site pops up, there'll be a place where you can buy some things, but it's not my concern. My concern is not trying to sell merchandise. My concern is trying to sell stories. But 53, if you drive to LA, you can get a hat right now. I don't have a press hat on me, only the logo hat. Yeah, we do need a story. We need a story of a story would be great. Yippity yippity yape. Whoa. That's not good. Horse waterfall. You rolling up on me like that?
Metro Light Force 85, we're en route. Our MDC is active.
Chris, maybe. Would you like to know the dates and my address? Gabriel, very possible. Very possible, but we're coming up on summertime right now, so I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
Confirming that was Rescue 11 backup.
Yeah, Metro Rescue 11 backup.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Light Force 3, Rescue 209, chest band 301, South Whitmer.
Thank you, Solitaire. Thank you, Solitaire. Thank you. Thank you so much.
26th Street, Northern Control.
49 Squatch 911 hang up 16009 Jalen Road, Alondra Boulevard.
Five Fall, intersection West 104th Street, Aviation.
Metro for 23, he has with their Light Force, cancel Rescue 209.
Didn't last long.
Rescue 209, you can copy. Correction, you can cancel.
Rescue 209.
Rescue 66 en route to medical alarm 5518 South Manhattan Place.
Metro 5 from Light Force 105.
from Life Force 105, 2 alarms, possible choking, front of the station. Person just pulled up in the vehicle, showed Life Force, and your rescue.
Avenue J13, Adler Avenue.
Rescue 48 en route. Assault 545 South San Pedro.
From 864, can you have PD meet us at Hospital 495 for 911 abuser?
Suspicious activity, check up 209.
Rescue 864, roger.
Let's everyone just meet up on...
Metro for Rescue 3, you can handle cancel Life Force.
Life Force 3, you copy cancel.
48 Firestone, 104 Union Street, Walnut Avenue. Engine 150, BLS Lake Rescue, Golden Valley Road, 14 Freeway, Sheriff Mount.
Agent 27, Rescue 82. Psych. 6245, west of Long Prix. Rescue 62 unconscious, 12738 Mitchell Avenue.
Copy that, we're in tandem, we'll throw it. Copy. 60 daily, can we check a men's available, please?
Calling now.
Metro from engine 95, cancel the rescue on this.
Rescue 5, you can just continue.
Metro Rescue 38 at a lock gate. Is there anything further?
Repeat your message.
All black and it has hair.
9, tapping on the road, so 25984, RD 1672. Very nice. Santa Monica between Liberty and Normandy.
Just signal things to a traffic you'll calling the lead on the way. If once Chase is dead and police feel you're set for point calling, let me know.
Hollywood unit.
Rescue 38, gate code 221.
2450 Long Street, urgent care lobby. Code 2 incident 6011, RD 660.
Down on the road, no evidence of crime.
No further.
Possible ADW suspect, Nord opens the Pulveda at Coldstone. Pier stated a suspect, male Hispanic, 43 years, ring and white jacket, blue jeans. No weapons seen. Suspect called an additional unknown suspect that arrived in a black sedan, 4-door with tinted windows, unlighted. They on our conversation, code 2 incident 6010, RD 1961. Roger.
Charles, please, Edward, Tom. First name
Rescue 5, copy.
was the fourth F-150. No. Lincoln, Ocean, Victor, Edward, Lincoln, Senior.
25, rescue 900 traffic intersection, Lorraine and Whittier.
24670.
Metal black hair, brown eyes, 5'9", 182, DOB, 814, 1965.
Metro 5, R801, patient left side arrival with a neighbor.
1531, 5831, ambulance attached to the side.
Right, DePest. That, if you
You're
remember correctly, that was actually from a live stream a few months back. And I never posted the footage, and I finally posted it. And then a lot of people were giving me a hard time, saying, you need a tripod. This is the worst footage I've ever seen you post. You got to remember, I wasn't focusing on the girls. What I do on situations like that is I keep the camera rolling, I point it towards the scene, and I look down freeway. And if I see a potential something that might happen, I'll look up freeway, zoom in, and focus. So if they were to actually crash, you would have saw only the crash and maybe some stuff leading up to it, and then everything else afterwards nice and steady. So I'm not focused on the scene steady because I don't want to die. So I'm looking up freeway because you got to remember I'm on a moving freeway. So I happen to be in a gore point right there, somewhat safe. But like on things like that is on crashes or on live action crashes or crashes that we catch like that. There might have been 10 minutes of footage you didn't see, and then you just see the crash and then everything after that. There's no reason to send in 10 minutes of crap. So in that particular case, I had all crap, but I had enough on there to show those girls being stupid.
Because there's no match for the criteria given.
Freeway maintenance, are you asking about what's in front of us? No. There's something going on at the convention or Staples Center, and they got the street closed.
Italian 242330 East First Street. B164, Roger.
We're going to have 301 follow the P, coming to Metro, red line platform.
301, coming to Metro.
All right, so 30 more minutes. Makes me happy.
611, you make sure I put forward, sunset go through. Right now we have a language barrier. Is there a Mandarin speaker? You can help us.
There's a spot you can pull into the bed.
North of Valley Meadow Lane, stand by for the incident number.
And, you'll have a good visual from there.
There's another motor.
If you come northbound, we were standing with the map. Maybe another quick contact motor. So you clear.
From Beverly and Virgil, low right hand Whittier.
Guys, there's no acknowledgement from people officer. It looks like throughout the Bureau and on Olympic frequency.
11350, health and safety. Conditions of probation indicated.
Platform level. Header 5875.
For 14648 Sylvan Street. Female Hispanic, 20 to 30 years old.
There's a PR for the nominal, but it's a different PR from your current call. It's a male, and it's a different department number.
711. Yeah, kids read your microchip. What's the code 6, John?
104 clear, incident 6001. 17 Victor 1.
Metro 898. You're attaching the area of the rescue to our incident. Rescue only. Roger, you're rescue 98.
Incident 5958 and RD 1413.
I've got a license plate, registration code 92.
And FDR.
Rescue 20 overdose, intersection, Bonnie Gray, 6.
6027.
10411 South.
heavy winds and dump over. On highway. Original Portland meeting is now at 137 West
58 on my left, 21 3 starts flight ever.
Wood, southbound,
Cancel the 800. Rest 900, you can visit safe.
One is 6042.
90 is 9, John 1, watch 2, 9L 120, correction, 9L 240, watch 4 out of watch.
1343.
Thank you for holding.
Then rescue 15 degree 777 Washington Boulevard.
You can cancel that punch later. The time is communicate with the circuit.
You can use the west light.
Traffic stop like the violation. Correction for that line approach to turning oil.
John David Henry.
Flight 427, elevator 1540 North Line Street.
65. John David Henry, 8408.
The dark car was also our location. That's what
Santa Monica.
Battery domestic violence 816 Southwest Lake Avenue, 815 Southwest Lake Avenue, apartment 205. Child advised male assault with the mother, request now range, standby for additional code 3 incidents to cerebral 265. Fernando Northern Secretary.
Yeah, and now she's got bouncing back and forth between that blue car talking to somebody in that blue car and then the guys on the sidewalk.
Kilometer 173, only, code 1, 173.
The vehicle goes 412 Avenue, location is office, is one of the residents, no County for 1 year. This is 053 and 113. 2344, code 6, Woodland and Brantford on 18 out of 2 Georgia. Highway numbers.
Kilometer 173, Edward 1, you're not authorized for 3. That was for 173.
Sam,
The
05,
173 Adam.
9 Henry,
So you're
54,
141 Adam.
041, unit is
841
on
Gold, 727 Langwood Avenue.
173 Adam.
5006.
Brain treated down HF
728 South Baldwin Avenue, RD 311.
Can we upgrade our call to ALS to get arrested coming for us? Richard, rescue 848.
5970.
75.
7109, Roger.
91. Copy.
Why did you say that? Pier is refusing to go down the stairs. She's on the upstairs unit at the location. Deep wanted. So that's 5832. There's no further response.
5, David Henry, 8408, say 2009. No, that's pretty good attention. 6662, so we'll try to locate the rest.
ALS.
I'm really trying to find it.
Backley Street, West Andrew Street.
5728.
Omar. Close. Close.
Medical rescue.
This is the 93, please.
Alright. Residential fire alarm.
1327, McKinley and Slauson for a TC involved incident 6041. Cold. 2 incident 6066 and 9681.
Rescue 37, sector 1453, South Colby Avenue.
Heisenberg only because I just gave the warning. That's why. I just said no locations, and so did someone else, and then he decided that he would be cool to do that. So, no locations, Omar.
Type-492, rescue 58, PD dispatch, cardiac arrest, 2332, South Foxville Drive.
Code 2, incident 6069, RD 309. 75. High parking screenshot, suspect vehicle with a white Nissan Altima, passing southbound 67th place, incident 6072, RD 1241.
Street, incident 5515, RD 858. Contact your ring here, 1939, corner line here, 4987. Driver's side window, at the apron of the,
Per unit,
entrance to the 711.
sorry. 240 Southwest Lake, perfect is the front.
I made a career off this parking lot.
White shirt, black shorts, Southern of the Arts, citizen 079 RD 23669, 45 Henry John Williams 175, these were returns no warrant.
685, South Coronado Street.
It's also the parking lot where we had that conversation in episode 8.
For your business dispute, 110 Boulevard, canceled by the Pier, including 5878.
She just told me to go back around. So that's how.
Code 2, incident 5832 and RD 1373, Newton unit to handle identified.
There's some good food right around the corner.
Over there, we're just here at the metro station.
26, rubbish fire, intersection of New Hampshire and Olympic.
VOP is 0904-1987.
No, that conversation didn't take place in a parking lot.
651, over 621, please 651, come in. The South is the plan.
1331 West 96th Street, cross the Federal
Sorry,
Avenue.
did you guys turn your dog inside?
6316 3rd Street.
The supervisor to respond.
415, smoke detector, 2636 in South Portland Street.
5014 6FB 14, are you clear?
Army Code 6 at Veteran and Wilshire Block 36 on a citizen's flag down. And can I get a West Traffic or West Hill unit to respond to the TC investigation? Unit 192. College, Ocean Union, Robert, and Edward.
Alright.
First of Joshua, common spelling. Address 2505 Big City, male, white, brown hair.
I guess some people don't listen.
DOB of 3/10/1983. Okay.
Go ahead.
Hey, we're going to be code 6, that's heading western.
429, automatic alarm, 450 Southwestern.
Rescue 574 East South Boulevard, Cayenne, Palmer.
Is he on a story or is he just live? Looks like he's on a story, so that's way more fun than this one.
3703. So, for a female, approximately 45 years of age, suffering from a known cut to her hand.
20, rescue 3 person down, 107 South Coronado Street. Rescue 66, traffic intersection, Crenshaw and Hyde Park.
Strather and Bradford on 8 John Charles Robert 948. 27 Mary Queen 66 for Amanda Claire Wood. License status valid. Surrendered by subject to so far 15 station. Mark.
On the antenna unit station.
46. Okay. report a passenger flying.
7885, can you send me incident 075, and were you able to add incident 5927 4987?
Family members.
Engine 43, inhalation injury, 3744, South Keystone Avenue.
West West of the West Traffic Unit, veteran Wilshire for TC investigation. Not a move.
I'm Andrews and your staff. I'll have incident 075.
Omar. Yeah, what Octavia said. 2, competition. 3, I asked you. And who's they? It's not like they gonna kill you. Who's they? And I don't know that. You don't know that. I live in a place where somebody gets shot every third. I don't live in a place. I'm working in a place where someone gets shot a lot. Thank you, Omar. Thank you for understanding. You're new here, gotcha. Omar, have you seen the Netflix show?
Roger.
Roger.
Do you know who I am?
I watch 3.
667 traffic stop on Santa Monica and Western.
Especially across the chain, so someone you're clear of enter.
Do you have Netflix? If you have Netflix, there you go. Even if you don't have Netflix, it's okay. I can still help you out.
14513 Front Hill Avenue, cross the court area.
21 Roger, 545 South Happy to 44.
7Z12 on a traffic stop. York, Miami 64. Unlicensed plate 8 Boy Union King.
Here is the trailer to the Netflix show, and it'll explain what it is I do and who it is I is.
7 injury, intersection West 62nd Street, Western. Last you do is message. Last you, you're badly broken.
$43 more minutes. Yay. 43 more minutes.
The case 43 South 6th
Metro Engine 41. Can you confirm our...
No, I meant what I said.
Engine 41, apartment 307.
43, squad 28, unconscious.
Yes, Omar, I am just waiting for a call. Waiting for a shooting, a fire, a pursuit. I might have just heard a shooting. Anything that I believe that will be newsworthy, or that can make, at this point, make news on TV. Here we go. Foot pursuit, but it's up in the valley.
Squad 131, unconscious person.
Latest 2019 is a suspect fruit of a DUI driveway. Function noise from Hazelton. Suspect is a non-sonic black speaker.
No, Larry, I'm leaving at 10. I'm leaving at 10.
20, rescue 6.
See you later, Kevin. What's going on at Western and PCH, John? What's up going on? What's up the hops?
Make it away from your location.
What's the hops? Boom. Boom. Shalaka, boom. All right now.
Battery suspect 240 Southwest Lake Avenue.
Anyone in South LA?
Engine 34, rest 94,
You still have a hat and shirts and a tube. You live in South LA? Well, Omar, you kind of know my location. What size shirt do you wear? Do you want a shirt?
Metro Rescue 826, could you put us on a still alarm?
You're wearing your shirt right now, right on.
Western and the 10 freeway eastbound on ramp. For a person down, 814. You can also
You're medium.
for a paranatural.
Are you able to get to this location? I'm not going to sit here and hang out with you, but I'll leave it right there. I'll leave it right there.
Joel, John, Ocean, Edward.
Are you able to make your way here?
1229, the city, male,
Or
Brown, 55.
no, if you're not able to make your way here, I'm not going to leave it. You wear size fat? I have size fat. I have triple X. I think I even have a 5X. I have triple X. I have 5X. I like how Omar's going to get a shirt and you don't even know who we are.
811 Southwestern Avenue at the Pier Market.
Why don't I respond to that person down on the scan? Or why don't I respond to that person down you heard on the scanner? Because it's not news. Yo, are you serious? Well, Omar.
Update location. 826 West, 6 boys,
So 226-130-9437.
License status is valid.
114 warrant. Middle of Lopez.
Blue jacket, blue jeans, chased victim for 2 blocks, threatened him with an unknown weapon in hand, possibly a gun. Code 2 to the 613 3RD 1913.
All right. I'm not going to be able to give you a hat, but I do have a medium. Medium. And I'll throw a tube for you.
Supervisor 1430 Sherman Way, Southside Street, code 6 with a DO, correction DUI driver.
And since you know where I am, I'll leave it right there for you.
752875 for now.
Natural, light force 92, LAPD, a paranatural.
The tears are returning.
Is
Light force 92, Roger, paranatural.
You have a unit on scene at 7027.
Now the thing about it, Omar, is there are people who live in this parking lot. They just saw me do that. So if I leave, they might grab it. So let me know when. Let me know if you're on your way and what your ETA is.
Rescue 264, you can just continue.
Difficulty reading.
White colored t-shirt underneath. Number 2, male unknown, wearing a red shirt. Code 2 to 6142 Have you right?
Fish license plate 8 King George Shore 022.
17881, 17881, are you clear?
4, Dick, what was the approximation?
Jeremiah, Nana, Safo, Blackman,
42 years old.
Calop Young, 547-7439. License status is valid. That's a great investigative skills for you.
Copy. 5844.
115 Edward Cooper, Adam 469.
Omar, right on. I won't be live when you get here, but please feel free to comment on the stream. You won't be able to comment on the live chat, but comment on the stream that you got it, or if you're on Instagram, just hit me up on Instagram that you got it. LOUDLABS _news or Scott Lane _. And Omar, the tube, in the tube, there's there's 3 posters. One you'll laugh at, and the other 2 are LOUDLABS art, and that's kind of the reason why we chose the name LOUDLABS. There's also some patches and some stickers in there. On the tube is some original art by my son. My son took the marker to it and made it a Bronson original.
Press 66, pressing round. Change 66, we're going to have you continue through.
And Roger, code 6.
Beverly and Harlow on 6. Well,
Don, I don't know what you're talking about. We don't give out locations.
332 Foxtrot Drive. Code 2,
What's your ETA on?
Octavia, there was a kid in Germany who wanted a poster of me, so I obliged, and then I had some left over, and I can't sell them, so I figured I'd give them away.
West of Wilson on 7 Beaver Young Frank 472.
Where's season 2? Hey, Panda, everybody drink. The next 9 minutes is brought to you by Purple Haze Bang. For all your energy and stringing needs, drink Bang.
Ridgewood and north of Beverly.
ETA entry 10475 Boulevard.
Civic Center, operator flag down.
Not Modelo time. Can't have Modelos right now.
Norman, I'm selling. You'll be 1179.
What do you mean you want to see who gets here first? Heisenberg's not coming. Plus, if Heisenberg's not a size medium, he's wasting his trip, wasting his time. You're 5 minutes away. Check you out. Right on. All right. Well, I'm out. I don't like meeting strangers. 60 chocolate. I don't know. What's up, Ryan? Last time
April of 2019.
I made it to a live feed with you, you were talking smack on Troy Case. Ryan, I haven't ran into Troy in years. The only smack I could talk about Troy, besides the fact that he's out of the business, is he needs to open his eyes. But I mean, that's body shaming, and that's just rude. So I'm guessing that's the only thing. I haven't ran into Troy in a while. Last time I ran into Troy, was it when the shuttle was passing through town? It might have been, but I mean, that was like 2012. We shook hands. We're fine. We're adults. But yeah, that's probably it's probably the last time. So you see Omar when he gets here. Nope, because I'm leaving. So Omar might have to go fight with these guys. Omar, if for some reason your stuff's not there,
2001 Kennedy Coupe 313.
ask those guys in the white car where it's at.
Mejia Vasquez, 228 South Catalina Street. There's no one.
Through 412, correction 418, 2022.
ALS 5601 Marine Avenue, across of Redondo Beach Avenue.
Copy that, somewhere.
Oh, hey.
I've seen so far 610.
3782.
Show up with David 821-8525. First of...
I think Omar's going to be fine, and I'll tell you why. If you know that parking lot, you obviously know the neighborhood. If you know the neighborhood, it means you've been in it before. If you've been in it before, it means you're comfortable with it. Omar should be just fine.
511-160. The DOB of 014
Ryan, you know what's real funny about that?
Cancel the engine. We'll take that one for that.
That's right about the time I started kicking ass for on scene at night. And started putting people out of business. Literally was putting companies out of business. And Troy was one of them. Slow down, dude.
Metro 1997. Metro into 97. You show rescue 97 available. If not, they're available. Call in our district. Dispatch.
Welfare check 5354 Creepy Channel. Code Jensen 6181 or 2189.
What I will do though, instead of leaving at 10 in 4 minutes, we'll at least wait for Omar to come up and say he got it. So also, because I am Scott, you almost had the story right. Because I am continuing to stay out, if I find myself on a big story, not your normal everyday regular stories, but if I find myself on a big story, I'll come back live for you guys. But for the most part, right now, we're just waiting for Omar to say he got it, and then we're gonna say goodbye.
We're 10 road.
92, you can send me a 10616.
Engine 124, engine 124.
Station messenger with particular
2434, Echelon Drive, Pasavango Lane.
Code 6 is 9019. What's your address?
What do you mean you almost pressed?
Nobody assigned.
26, 129, Southdale Ave. Email Road,
Yeah, Omar said he got it. Omar said he got it. Right on, Omar. What does that mean? You almost pressed? But yeah, no, he got it. Oh, spell check. Gotcha. The guy in the white car got out at the same time I got there. That's funny. But right on, I'm glad you got it. Good. It's funny too because Omar just found out about us now. So I've been doing this 20 years, Omar. I've been working that parking lot for about 18 of them. And I was a part of the Nightcrawler movie. I was on a reality show back in 2007 about this job, and then the new show now on Netflix. So thanks to YouTube, we were able to find each other and meet each other. Hey, Omar, nice to meet you. And what time is it? Oh, I got 2 more minutes before I say goodbye to everybody.
The scene of a memorial for shooting that occurred yesterday. Uncle Galen, Haunting Warner, 619
Panda, everybody drink. Everybody drink.
Is this in public view?
Omar, you still here? We're gonna have Omar answer this question, then we're gonna say goodbye. Omar, do you watch the local news at all? Since obviously you're from LA, do you watch Channel 4, 5, 7, 52, 34, any of that stuff?
Can you ask if the PR is actually at the location?
Yes, you do. All right. So when you're watching the news, Omar, in the upper right-hand corner, you see logos. The logos say On Scene TV, RMG News, LOUDLABS. I used to be On Scene and RMG, now I'm LOUDLABS, but we changed LOUDLABS to LLN. So when you see the logo LLN in your upper right-hand corner, that's me or somebody from my team shooting the story. CX, wrong decade, dude. That was last decade. I think you're a decade behind with your trolling. All right, everyone. It is time for me to say goodbye. Thank you for joining. Des, thank you for the donations. Aubrey, get to bed. Remember, everyone, tomorrow is Promise to No One. Hug your loved ones. Later, losers.